Greetings. Welcome to GEEK Talk. This podcast is all about building your legacy, your leadership traits, those tech skills, health and wellness, some getting your succession plan, and everything you need as an entrepreneur. So, GEEK is an acronym for Giving Entrepreneurs Expert Knowledge. My name is Sabrina Lowery, affectionately known as the Tech Evangelist, and I am so excited to kick off a brand new year with new circles, new collaborators, and new opportunities. With this season, my intention is to bring you good conversation, real life stories, good people, good vibes, and a good time. So, for the next 30 minutes, get comfortable, relax, and enjoy a little bit of the Giving Entrepreneurs Expert Knowledge Show. So, I'd first like to welcome you. And if you're tuning in live, be sure to let me know where you're tuning in from. Be sure that you follow and subscribe to my YouTube channel. And if you have any comments along the show, please be sure to drop those questions for our very special guests, who we will be bringing up here shortly. So, as you see me getting my technology together, just to make sure that everybody is able to see and hear clearly, let's just take a moment. I want to just check the live stream. If you are there in the broadcast, please tell us where you're tuning in live from today, and let's get this show on the road. All right. Yes, we are live. We are live. Let's go ahead and push that content out. There it is. Fantastic. All right, everyone. We are here on the premiere episode of GEEK Talk, and I am going to introduce my very first guest. Kenyatta Powers Rucker is a trailblazer. She uses her 25 years of serving the public in state government in the state of Maryland, in technology and leadership, to educate and coach others on the principles of leadership. She is the first African American Chief Information Officer of the department and fiercely believes that the world needs a diverse workforce. She is very passionate about exposing youth to exposing underrepresented youth to technology and teaching them the principles of leadership. She aims to bridge the gender gap by sharing her journey and her experiences to inspire women, and also is a motivational speaker, a multi-time best-selling author, and her goal is to pave the way by helping break down barriers, open doors, and uplift the next generation. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the show, Kenyatta Powers Rucker.
Hello. How are you?
Good evening, Kenyatta. Please introduce yourself to our audience today by telling them where you're from, what you do, and who you do it for.
Thank you, Sabrina, for having me. My name is Kenyatta Powers Rucker. Thank you so much for the bio. I actually am currently living in Baltimore, Maryland, by way of Tappahannock, Virginia. That was where I'm from. So I've been in Baltimore for about 30 years now. So technically I'm in Baltimore. And what do I do? So I am the CEO of Katie Powers Consulting. Katie Powers Consulting is a firm that does focus on women development. professional development and leadership. I am the founder of Ladies in Tech Platform, and that Ladies in Tech Platform provides visibility, credibility, and for women in technology as well as other male-dominated fields. I'm also the founder of Rise and Lead Leadership Program, and that is a program that does professional development for women, again, in these male-dominated fields, providing communication skills and leadership skills and identity of who women are in the workplace. So I have just truly excited to be here and to have this conversation with Sabrina Lowery.
Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. If you did not know who Kenyatta Powers Rucker is, I am here to tell you that she is my number one collaborator in 2026. We have some exciting news for you all. We have some upcoming events for you all. And we also have some real deep hitting conversations that we want to have with all of you. So I'm going to start with a little bit of your herstory, Kenyatta. Let's talk about your journey, not just in technology, but in leadership too, because I know you have siblings. I know that in your ministry, you're a leader. So I want you to give our audience a sense of who KPR is. Oh my God. My apologies for that. I didn't mean to kick you off the stage. I got so excited.
No worries at all. No worries at all. Well, first and foremost, I am a middle child. So that should say enough within itself. I'm a middle child, and I've always felt like being a leader, even especially sometimes in the household after my mother passed away. I've always felt like this pull to make sure that things are okay, and that everyone was a lot of dependent on me to make sure that everything is okay. So as I moved into my careers, yes, I went from a desktop support specialist for Y2K. I came into state government as a Y2K of making sure that the computers rolled over from 1999 to 2000. So those back in that area, you kind of remember what happened back then, but nothing happened. So that was that scare. So as they've coming in for desktop support specialist, I moved my way up to a supervisor, to a director, to a deputy chief information officer, to be the first African-American female chief information officer for my department. And that is just one of those journeys that it was rewarding and challenging at the same time, but I absolutely loved it. I absolutely loved it. So, and also as Sabrina mentioned, as I have been a leader in my church for the last 15 or so years. And that is what has kept me grounded. That has kept me grounded in who I am, whose I am, and how I manage from a day to day. So dealing with family, dealing with the business, dealing with, being in leadership in church, it has all been a very exciting role for me.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. So I want to shift gears and give some shout outs because I want to just be thankful for those who show up for us, the Ladies in Tech and Friends community. Good evening, Becky. Thank you so much for being here. Another one of our best-selling collaborators. We want to just thank you so much for being here with us. We've got our wonderful collaborator, Sharika Robinson, best-selling co-author, Ladies in Tech and Friends community, hot, hot, hot in the building. So everyone, welcome, welcome, welcome to the premiere of GEEK Talk, because we are giving entrepreneurs some expert knowledge. So let's talk about the knowledge. Let's talk about the community, because I think that right now it's more important for us in 2026 to get back to basics, get back to the BT. not BC, but the before technology, if you will. I want to remember those times when having my sister circles in person and not virtually was a real thing. And
Mhm.
so when I think about you and how taste of technology came and formed and grew and built the in person community as a leader, when you had to make that decision to pivot to not just a hybrid format, then an online format,
Mhm.
to maybe even an entire pause for the cause. Talk to us, Kenyatta.
Wow, yes. Taste of Technology was actually my first in-person real event. And that was really based off of children getting a taste of technology, of exposing technology to our kids. And being in person, it just does a little something different when you're in person. And I was excited to be able to work with the kids and getting them excited into the world of technology. So of course, when we had to kind of pivot into the hybrid area, or first it wasn't even hybrid, it was strictly all Zoom, and then moving into the hybrid area, it kind of, to me, it kind of loses its touch a little bit, but I just, it's still a way of connection. And then as we moved into Ladies in Tech, it was sort of kind of something similar. We started as a brunch at Bus Boys and Poets, about 20 people of networking, supporting, and it was a brunch that was in person. Then, of course, we came into this place of where we weren't really meeting in person so much. But now here we are again, and we still have our meetings and all that. We are going through volumes 1 through 4 now. We still had our meetings and stuff virtually because when we first started, we were still in a more virtual and a hybrid mode. But we are now also moving into that area of in person. So this is why I'm truly excited about the networking summit that we're having, which is in person in March, where I will get to see all of the young ladies, because we have ladies in tech that are all around the U.S. Not everybody is here in Maryland. And so sometimes it does get a little difficult to be able to actually meet in person a lot. So we do try to have these special events of where we can meet each other. We're also meeting each other in Florida. Several of us have been awarded the Phenomenal Women's Award, and we will be receiving those awards in Florida. So we'll be meeting again in person in Florida. So I try to not be so virtual all the time, but we're just grateful that we do have the opportunity to sometimes meet in person.
Yes, and I can so relate because even here in the Atlanta, Georgia market, I'm so tired of the online. I want so badly and desperately to get back to the in person, and there are real constraints to doing so. Let's
Mm.
just talk with why people aren't motivated to come together anymore. Let's talk about the cost of doing things outside anymore. I saw recently on the news one of the sisters creating a new unique way for the community to get together by almost like a BYOB kind of a mindset, right?
Mm.
Where the invitation was put out there to the community, but instead of the host having to put out the dime for everything, it was a community buy-in. So
Mm.
let's talk about the community in order for us to be successful, Kenyatta. It looks a little something like this. And then we're going to teach the people the formula and make sure they show up March 21st when I'm dropping these gems at my keynote, right? So let's talk about the community buy-in looks something like this. We post this event. The event is then going to be a shared cost, shared responsibility in
Mm.
order for us to be successful. Call it a committee, call it a task force, if you will. The organizer is then going to have those persons that are going to volunteer, not get voluntold, to share their gifts and their blessings. Because sometimes there are women in our circle that are unemployed,
Mhm.
health challenged,
Mhm.
dealing with some type of adversity, And even though they want to show up, they can't. So, what would it look like if I had one sister that bought two tickets instead of one and said, bring another sister with you?
Mhm,
And
mhm.
that will bless her spirit. That just happened to me recently for a Women's Day conference at a local church here. And so the sister that purchased my ticket and her ticket, it was the community buy in for a shared experience.
Mm. Dang, I like that.
And she was blessed tenfold watching everyone that she sowed that seed into be blessed. So I
Mhm.
want you to talk about what this community buy-in could look like for our upcoming March 21st event. And I want our audience tuning in too. All right? Go ahead, Kenyatta.
It definitely sounds like a great idea, right? Fantastic to be able to have this buy-in, right? So because there's a lot of responsibility in an event, especially.
Oh, ladies and gentlemen, let's make sure we can get our guests back into the stream. We've got just a little
Uh-oh.
bit of a delay. That's okay. 10,
Okay.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And she's back. Are you still with us, Kenyatta? All right, ladies and
I
gentlemen,
don't.
while we allow our guests to get back in the room, please bear with us for a little bit of technical difficulty. So, this is what happens when you are live streaming. There is real weather happening outside. There are storms along the East Coast, and it is tremendously windy out in these neck of the woods. So I would love for you all to give our guest some grace so that we can allow her back into the room so that we can continue our conversation. Let's check in and see if she's available. Kenyatta, are you back with us?
I am. I am. I am here.
Fantastic. Fantastic. Please continue your thoughts because our audience, as you can see, is loving this idea of the bring a friend to and the community buy in. Let's teach the people.
Right. I love the concept. I love the thought. It does take a lot of time and takes a lot of responsibility and putting on an event. So one, some of the shared experiences and the shared responsibility. And then we're also thinking of um, uh, buying a ticket and being able to share that amongst our friends. And that is one thing that I have gone through with some of these events of, buy a ticket, get a ticket free, because it's always a way of supporting other people and bringing other people along that may want to attend. And sometimes they just can't. And sometimes they feel like, if I had this friend that could be able to have a free ticket that could bring me in. So that has happened. When you said that, Sabrina, it just brought back so many memories because number one, it has also happened to me when I'm also able to share with other people, and people are also able to share with me. So that does bring the community together more of people that might not have been able to attend initially. So being able to have that camaraderie and that community to be able to help each other, bring a sister along for coming to the event.
That's right. So I want to give a shout out to another one of our fabulous ladies in tech and friend co-authors. Thank you so much, Fatira, for joining us and joining the conversation. She agrees with all of our sentiments, that community buy-in, that bring your business bestie. That is what the ladies in tech and friends community is all about. And so I get so excited. I'm excited. I'm just going to go ahead. We going to jump right in. Ladies in Tech and Friends, Volume 4. Let's talk about the ladies. Let's talk about the mission, and then let's talk about the event. The floor is yours, Kenyatta.
Ladies in Tech and Friends, Volume 4, Building Careers That Were Not Meant for Us. So, this is Volume 4 of Ladies in Tech, and it's always meant to be women to be able to be more visible, having opportunities to be more visible, to share their stories. And we're sharing stories of who we are in tech, what we've done, how we've got there, the challenges, and also giving that level of advice to women that may be already in the position or thinking about being in the position, and offering that level of encouragement. Volume 4, Building Careers Not Meant for Us, we're really digging a little deeper into that. About your specific position? Your specific position, how did you get there? What criteria did you need? What education, what teaching, what did you need in order to get to the position that you have? And how has that been like in that position? So people that may be considering that type of position, what can we tell them that can help them in that position? And we're not just talking about technology. We have Volume 4 is building is Ladies in Tech and Friends, right? So that means that we're also talking about other women who are in other male dominated fields. It's construction, it's military, it's all these different things of where other women are facing some of the similar things that we face in technology and in leadership and in entrepreneurship. All of these things are things that not built for us. So we are just coming in. We are coming in and letting you know we are here, we are present, that yes, we are in these careers, and we want to help other women of what they may need to know to be in these careers too. We're lifting as we're climbing, and as we are opening up that seat for that next generation of the woman or the young lady who was behind us. And that's what Ladies in Tech in general, not just Volume 4, but in general, is for helping all women that are in these fields to see themselves in these positions, to see themselves in some of these situations that some of the ladies will be sharing. And last week we had a meeting, a Ladies in Tech meeting, and we shared amongst each other some somewhat personal things, somewhat challenging things that we have gone through as a woman in these industries. And sometimes it has been very, very challenging. And this is where the Ladies in Tech community comes into play, where we're there to give a hug. We're there to say some prayers. We're there to be able to comfort and strengthen each other as we go through some of these challenging things that women face in the workplace. So not only are we authors and best time selling authors, we'll have our bestsellers campaign coming soon, but we're also a community that is there and supporting each other. And not just in all supporting, we're talking about giving out resources and contact information of different things that can help us as a woman in the industry. So I'm very proud and very, very happy about being the founder of Ladies in Tech.
Yes, and another of our Ladies in Tech and Friends, Volume 4, co-authors Donna Cade in the building. And if Kenyatta can do it, y'all, you can too. So thank you so much for being here, Kenyatta. Want to give a shout out, another of the Ladies in Tech and Friends collaborators, Kia Jenkins in the building. Let's go now, Kia Goldberg. Let me get it right. So now is the time. Hi, Kimmy. Thank you so much for being here. I love it so much. And yes, Kenyatta should absolutely be so proud. So, Kenyatta, just look at all of the support of your community,
Yes.
of our community. That's
Yes.
the buy-in we just talked about.
That's what I'm
So
talking
I'm about to take everybody on a stroll down memory lane. We have Ladies in Tech,
about. Mm-hmm.
Volume 1.
Mm-hmm.
Kenyatta, talk about the beginning of this journey, would you please?
Ladies in Tech Volume 1. Now that was my baby. That was the first one. That was the baby. So Volume 1 was really, I want to say, a little extra special. Volume 1 included the author sharing about a specific thing that women may face in the workplace, right? Imposter syndrome, work-life balance, interviewing, negotiating salaries, being a leader. So there's all these different things that women faced in the workplace that each author actually wrote about. And so it is just like all the others are used, can be used as a resource, as a guide to help navigate how we manage the workplace. So yeah, that was the start, and it just kind of fed off of every book thereafter off of volume 1.
That's right. That's right. And ladies and gentlemen, I too was a collaborator in Volume 1, and my chapter titled Unbalanced, Untethered, and Unbothered, the framework for some work life balance. And
Mhm.
this was applicable not just to the ladies in tech community, but also now extensions to our ladies in tech and friends,
And
because work life balance is for the masses. All right. But sometimes the ladies just need a little more help getting that together. So let's
Mhm.
go on to volume 2.
Volume 2, changing the face of technology. Oh my goodness. So this one really wanted or was more specific about the authors itself, of how, again, of how they got into tech and those types of things, of changing the face. We wanted to be out there more, be more visible, so that we can see more women in the workplace. Because when you think of somebody in technology, that's certain, you don't think of a woman, and you certainly don't think of a woman of color. You all automatic means that people will think of a man that's in technology. So I wanted to have more of us as possible into this workplace, into this process, into being visible, so that we can really think about changing the face of technology. Now, a little story. When doing what really kind of helped me or moved me with volume 2 is, I had a young lady that worked with me, and she came to me and she said she saw me as a CIO, and she said that she didn't think that was, she was like her first technical job, and me seeing me as a CIO. I also had a female as a deputy CIO, and so that was all the leadership she known. That was all who she saw in technology, was me and another female as leaders in technology. So it was kind of astounding to her that this was rare. It was rare to have a female CIO and a female deputy CIO and so many other female leaders in the industry. And I thought about that. Why can't that be the norm? Why does that have to be this rare instance of having a female as a leader in technology? And then that's what also led to volume 3.
All right, show and tell time. Show and tell. Bam, there it is.
Yes. Volume 3, what is it? The lessons, the strategies of lessons, and of lessons learned for women leaders. We wanted to highlight all of the leaders in technology. There are, yes, we are engineers, and we're software developers, and we're cybersecurity, we're project managers, we're agile, but we're also leaders. And there are many leaders. And because when volume 2 really showed me how many of us are actually leaders. So I wanted to focus a particular book on just leadership. And what volume 3 offered is there's different leadership traits. There's integrity, there's resilience, there's different types of traits of a great leader. And each chapter in volume 3 really talks about one of those leadership character traits that is be an effective trait to have in the workplace. So yeah, so each author, there's each chapter is represented a different character, a leadership character trait, and shows you their stories and also shows you how they overcame some of the things that got them to where they are in dealing in that particular character.
And I love the title in your section, People First. Come
Mm-hmm.
on, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
People first. They
Mm-hmm.
are the heart of leadership. I
Mm-hmm.
want you to tell the audience this is that geek moment. I want you to give our entrepreneurs your expert knowledge, Kenyatta.
People first. So this is one of those things of where my over almost 30 years of service of wanting to make sure that people came first. I was in public service, in state government public service, and so we serve the people. My job is like serving the people. And so we're not just serving the community and serving the constituents of Maryland, but I also wanted to serve my people. I wanted to serve my staff, and I believe that's what God put me here to do, right? Is to serve the people and please Him. But putting people first is one of those things that you don't always see in leadership. And this is one of the reasons why I started my Rise and Lead Leadership program, was so that we can start effectively coaching and teaching about putting people first. I have seen some leaders, we're going to say, that may not have should have been leaders, or leaders that really didn't put people first at all. And when I saw that, I knew that was something that I didn't want to happen as me being a leader. And I certainly wanted, when I got out of the state, was to make sure that other people were learning to put people first too. We're learning their strengths. We're learning who they are. We're learning to put them first. We're learning to teach them. That was a big thing for me, was teaching people to take my job, teaching people to do the job that you're going to eventually leave to do. That was important to me, because when I became CIO, no one taught me anything. So it was one of those, I have to make sure I'm putting people first. I'm teaching them what they need to do. I'm letting them learn what they need to learn so that they can be able to be effective leaders as well. Being able to communicate, being to know who you are as a leader, understanding your identity of who you are, and not personally, as well as who you are as a leader, and being able to effectively communicate. We're not shrinking in rooms anymore. We're going to sit at the table and not in the back of the room. We're going to be able to speak up and advocate for ourselves when the time is needed. If we don't advocate for ourselves, no one else will advocate for us. We want to make sure that we're building teams of more effective people. We want to be building teams that we're putting them first too. So this Rise and Lead Leadership program is really, really dear to my heart, because it's really something that I wish that I had as I was moving up in my career, going from a desktop support specialist to a chief information officer. There are a lot of things that would have made things a lot easier if I had that effective training along the way, and having an effective mentor along the way. So I Rise and Lead Leadership Program, more to that, more to come on the program. But it is one of those things that is another piece that is real dear to me, God-driven, faith-based driven, of what God has put on my heart and what He has called me to do is a moving forward in leadership. Lifting as I climb.
Yes, yes, yes. I want to take a pause for the cause and acknowledge our viewers. There is nothing that works without the people. That is so true. Fatira, thank you so much for your comments and your feedback. And of course, we appreciate the support. And so, what I'd like to do right now is ask everybody to tag your business bestie and tell them to support Geek Talk, because we are here giving entrepreneurs, giving the people, our community of women business leaders, expert knowledge. So do that for us. That would mean the world, so that we can all thrive and not just survive. So,
Hmm.
Kenyatta, yes, I want everybody to know more about our upcoming podcast. So, I'm going to bring that to the stage. And let's remove our comments for the moment so that you can tell everybody what we have coming up this week.
Hey, listen. So, part of being in Ladies in Tech, there are 24 authors, 25 including myself.
Oh, God, I did it again.
It's okay. I can
I
still
did it
talk, and
again.
we'll see you when they still talk.
Let me get this position correctly. Just one moment, okay? So I'm going to bring you back to the spotlight, and then I'm going to take this flyer out and add it back. There
There we
you go. There you go.
So this Thursday's podcast is about the returning authors of Ladies in Tech. As I said, we've had four. This is the fourth volume, and Sabrina Lowery has been in all four volumes. So she has been this a true lit for life. True Lit for Life. And we are interviewing all of the returning authors of Ladies in Tech of Where Are They Now? So some started in volume 1, some skipped volume 2, but there's authors from volume 1 through volume 4 of Where Are They Now? And this is understanding of what made them even be in Ladies in Tech, what they have done since Ladies in Tech, how the book may have helped them through their careers through being a lady in tech. So I'm excited about this interview. We have 8 to 9 authors that will be present on Thursday. So y'all join us. We'll be also on Kenyatta Powers Rucker YouTube page as well as Kenyatta Powers Rucker Facebook page. So we are truly excited to listen to all of the ladies and their stories about who they are and where they've been and where they're going.
Yes, ma'am. And everybody, y'all can catch those on my pages as well. We do believe in cross pollinating all the
Absolutely.
streams, and that's where the social channels begin to relearn these stanking algorithms. And yes, I did say it. So retrain them things, y'all. Make sure you're getting the content you want and the content you deserve. So, yes, KenyattaPowersRucker.com. That is where you can get the information about the podcast. I am now going to allow you to hit the floor running and close us out with the announcement about March 21st. The floor is yours.
So March 21st at 12 noon, starting at noon, we have the Ladies in Tech Networking Summit and Book Launch. It is in Towson, Maryland, and we are featuring the ladies in tech, featuring the authors. We will have the book launch. We'll be able to meet them. They'll be signing the books, and most of them will also be speakers at the event. So when I'm hearing last week when we talked about some of the things that we were facing as women in the workplace, I know, and I'm just getting a little snippet of some of the information that they're putting in their chapters. So I am truly excited to be able to see and hear all of their chapters, truly excited to be able to hear them speaking about what's in their chapters. And March 21st. They're talking about leadership. We're talking about different things that have impacted them in being a lady in tech. So we're also having live music. There will be lots and lots and lots of networking. It is a Ladies in Tech Networking Summit. Networking has always been very, very big for me because I want connections. I'm really big on community. I'm really big on networking. I'm really big on connections of helping the other sister out. Still lifting as we climb, because what you don't know, the sister over here may. She might have exactly what you need to get you where you need to be. So networking is very, very important, which is going to be a big piece of Ladies in Tech Networking Summit. There'll be live music. Of course, there'll be food. There will be giveaways. We got some nice swag bags. There'll be vendors. So come on out on March 21st. It is in Towson, Maryland, in Baltimore County. March 21st at noon. There certainly will be more information to come. Yes, oh yes, tickets are available. KenyattaPowersRucker.com. Tickets are available. KenyattaPowersRucker.com.
Thank you, Kenyatta. Thank you so much for being here to just launch my new season with me and for just being an amazing sister friend. There are times when I look back over our history together and I really, really just want to publicly acknowledge how much I love and admire you. I am so thankful to be along the journey, but the support that you give as a leader to each of us, I can only speak for myself, okay, because I know how much you've done for me and changed my life. But for our community, I just wanted to go ahead and just throw this out there. We lit for life. Okay.
I love it. I love it. I love it. Lit for life. Ladies in tech for life. I love it. I love it.
Yes, yes. So I just wanted to give everyone their last opportunity to connect with you. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been your premiere episode of Ladies and Tech and Friends, Volume 4, Building Careers Not Meant for Us. I'm going to throw the flyer up there one more again because we are the Ladies in Tech and Friends. So if you want to continue to support us, if you want to be sure to purchase those tickets, and like I said, get that community buy-in, because those that show up go up together. And I love that. That is what we are here to do. And we are going to continue to build our communities. I'm going to go ahead and post a few more of our comments from our viewers. I've got Donna. Yes, that was a great resource. Volume 1, the expertise. Volume 2, changing the face. Volume 3, the lessons learned. And now look at us, Volume 4. And not only that, but we've got brand new first-time authors.
Yes.
So you guys have to recognize Kenyatta does not just talk. She walks and brings us along with her as she talks. Okay. So she's teaching those new authors. Don't be scared. If you need to work on your public speaking, let's do a little community Toastmasters.
Yes.
And we can even talk about that. So we just not going to give everybody everything tonight. They're going to have to tune in to the other podcast. Yes. Okay. All right. Enrica Robb. Yes, girl. Lit for life. That's what I'm talking about. Thank you so much. And goodings and salutations to Mommy Dearest. That is Flo Jenkins coming all the way from Miami, Florida. We thank you so much for tuning in. Love you. Smooches. And here we go. Another Lit for Life. Let's go, Becky. I appreciate our community so much because that is what collaboration looks like. Kenyatta, thank you for being here. I adore you.
Thank you, Sabrina. And I will say, everything you have said about me is certainly ditto for you. You have been a rock. You have been my ride or die. I certainly appreciate you just always being there support, always being a lending ear, always being able to help another lady out. So I certainly appreciate you and all you have also done throughout the years and being this lit for last 4 volumes. Okay. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So I want to just thank you and thank you for tuning in. Next Tuesday's episode will be featuring a very special guest. I want y'all to be sure to tune in and make sure you give an entrepreneur some expert knowledge. Y'all make it a great day.